bit narrow with the pack on. I'm having to go sideways, lean forward over the pole. No way I could do that, walking facewards. Woohoo! Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll do my introduction when it's a little bit lighter. Good morning, it is day 168. It's now light enough to film, though maybe a bit blurry at times, but hopefully you'll be able to see. So yesterday, yeah, I really enjoyed yesterday. It was not so many massive hills, so it was a downhill to a river, 3 miles down a river, across a bridge, 3 miles back, and then climbed up a probably the biggest hill of the day, a little bit of flat, and then the second part of the big hill, and then along the tops for a little bit, and then massive drop down from the very top. I had absolutely gorgeous views. I passed the 4,100 kilometre marker, and just before I started coming down the hill was the 100 miles to go. Woohoo! So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then, yeah, big hill heading down. Didn't see any people till 12, and then there was a big surge of people. And then didn't see anyone after, I think, 3. Yeah, we've got to a cute little campsite, brand new toilet. Another of these toilets, no walls, just the seat, but nice and clean and new, which is nice. Yeah, set up camp. Oh, sorry, coming down the hill, going through some thick stuff, got stung by a wasp. Hurt for a little bit, then turned itchy, little weenie swollen, not too bad. This morning it's a little itchy, but it's fine. And then late last night, after I'd already finished dinner and settling down to go to sleep, Orca and I've still got to get his name, the other guy, they came into the campsite. So this is now the 4th night in a row, which is absolutely amazing when you think about it. We're going very different speeds, different time frames, different distances each day. You know, there was a 28, a 24, last night was 28 miles. So yeah, there's absolutely random, plenty of campsites, and yet we end up at the same campsites. They left this morning, and I asked them to give me a yell when they left to make sure I was up, and I was already for the first time. But they're so quiet when they set up tent at night, and when they get up in the morning, just very, very quiet and considerate. So today, the reason I got up so early, so I was on my way by 20 past 6, which now there's less light. So I was starting to pack up in the dark, but by the time I started out, it was a little bit enough light that I didn't need a torch. But today is the famous Stehekin bakery. So there is a shuttle that's about 12 miles off trail. There's a shuttle that goes 5 times a day, and the first shuttle was at 9:30. So that is what I'm aiming for, and I had 8.1 miles. So I was figuring if I allowed 3 hours for that, then that leaves me a 10-minute buffer to be able to catch that first shuttle. If I end up going fast and get there early, I'll try to hitch, but from looking at the map, the only way to get to the road is you take a ferry from somewhere else to Stehekin. And the road only seems to go to the trailhead. So I'm not expecting a lot of traffic for hitching, so that's why I'm going to rely on the shuttle. It is $8 each way shuttle, but the food will be worth it. I've got some snacks left. I've got the energy gels and the energy chews, but I've eaten all the rest of my chocolate bars. Got one granola bar left. All my desserts are gone. So I've got one lunch, one dinner, and enough energy gels and chews to see me through. But it would be nice to have some solid, decent food, because I am a little hungry. Yeah, so the race is on for the shuttle. It's downhill. Got 3 miles down this valley, and then turn into another valley, still downhill for a little bit more, and then the last, I think, 4 miles is very gentle undulations. So should be an easy day. When I woke up, there are other people walking past, walking by torchlight, so I'd say a lot of people have got the same plan in mind to catch that first shuttle into the bakery. It rained a couple of drops this morning. I thought it was, couldn't tell if it was just leaves dropping from the wind or rain, but when I got up there were some water droplets on my tent. Some of the vegetation's a bit wet, and some of the places on the path you can see where it's been a very, very light rain, and it is overcast today. So we'll see what the weather does. A bit of an open bit now, so I've got a bit of a view. That's where I've come from. The river's just thundering. It's narrowed down into a rock channel. There's the river emerging from the narrow rock channel into what looks like a lovely pool. Alright, so this is the first campsite. That was 3 miles in 50 minutes. That's doing pretty good. So 5 miles to go. Woohoo! So it's a footlog I'm crossing. It's not a bridge. Here's a footlog. Once again, I have to go sideways. Lake Chelan National Recreational Area. Pretty robust marker. So leaving Glacier Peak Wilderness. Oh no. Alright, next 3 miles. It took me an hour. It was slightly slower because the trail's been a bit rougher, and it's no longer downhill all the way. It's undulating up and down. So I have 2 more miles to go. Woohoo! Mexico up ahead at 1100 miles. It's a bit more than 1100. Alright, North Cascades National Park. What a flash bridge. Oh, what a beautiful river. And this side, it's pretty as well. Alright. About a mile to go now. So apparently the shuttle is 9:15 according to a poster at the information board there. Whoops, forgot to show that. That was the junction. But well early, it's 8:45, and location's just around the corner. Woohoo! It's a decent river. Alright, hey. So here's everyone waiting for the shuttle. It's a decent amount. Lake Chelan National Recreational Area. That's the Rangers area in there.
Lattes and cold coffee. And
they have like.
So I finally managed to track down the two mystery people that I've seen from a distance at a lake and that come in at night and leave early in the morning every morning for the last 4 nights. So also these are snowshoe people. You remember in the Sierras I kept on talking about these mystery snowshoe people? These are them. So here's the first one.
Hey, I'm Fast Times from San Diego. Started March 27th, going northbound.
Hi, I'm Orca. I'm from Wales. Started on the same day, 27th of March. Going northbound.
Thank you for your tracks in the Sierras, and thank you for making sure I was awake this morning. This is the bakery. A lot of people cycle. It's 2 miles out of the main town. They do a shuttle a couple of times a day as well, but wow, it's some amazing food. I'm so full, and I've got enough for lunch and probably dinner as well.
Hello, I'm Kristen, and we are here to stake vampires and also capture wildlife on cameras.
Hi, I'm Janae, and we're working with the Cascade Carnivore Project to track different animals in North Cascades National Park.
So yeah, there is a reason for these massive poles that they're carrying.
Just like to poke people.
Alright, lovely to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Alrighty, back on trail. Whoop, a word about Howard Lake. Just a little bit of history. Alrighty, so I arrived here at 9:15. Bus turned up at 9:15, but it didn't leave till past. And the bus went, it's about 12 miles to Stehekin Bakery. It stops for 10 minutes there and then continues on to Stehekin. I decided I was happy just staying at the bakery. I think 4 others stayed at the bakery but then caught the bakery shuttle into Stehekin, so that meant I was the only hiker left. I cannot believe how much I ate, but it was so good. Had a latte, which wasn't too bad. And then I had this massive sticky bun and then a beautiful cheese and berry Danish, a slice of pizza, a massive stuffed croissant. Oh, it was good. And then to take away with me, I have another stuffed croissant and a huge cinnamon bun. So that will be, wow, very, very late lunch because I'm absolutely stuffed at the moment. And then once I finished, I went outside, and it's not a place where there's many cars because all cars have to come across on a ferry. But there were 2 guys who got in their car, so I went up and asked them which way they were going. They were heading into Stehekin, but just to buy something, and then coming back this way. So they offered to give me a ride on their way back. So that was pretty cool. So I didn't have to wait around for long. So it is, what is it, 11:50 now. So I've beat the rush, who'll be arriving by bus in another 40 minutes, which is pretty cool. And it means I can continue on my way. This area for the next 16 miles is restricted camping. Our PCT permit is not enough. The only place on trail where it's not enough. We have to get a special permit from Stehekin. But I am going to push through the zone. It's 16 miles. So I'll camp just on the other side of the zone. So this afternoon I need to do 16 miles. And it's pretty much uphill all the way from here. Total distance from here to Rainy Pass is, I think, 19.5 miles. Uphill pretty much all the way. Yeah. But I've got a lot of fuel on my stomach. Got even more food in my pack. so I can take my time and enjoy this beautiful day. This has been quite open forest, so it means it's in the sun. It's pretty hot. Started sweating fairly heavily already. Ooh. And yeah, uphill. I mean, the whole thing's pretty much uphill. And more in the open, but there's enough trees to be blocking the views, unfortunately. That's where I'm going. Rocky hills above. That's where I've come from. And it's a fairly nice views out that way too. See if I can see across. Alright. Lovely. Interesting lake, a little island in the middle, lily pads on the side. Once again, North Cascades National Park. Starting to feel like autumn with all the leaves starting to change colours. It's quite pretty. Sorry, autumn / fall. I should say fall as it's this country. A few big hills in front of me. Here's the trail I've just come from, and now I'm on a highway. Look at this, wow. It's the Bridge Creek campsite. Woohoo! Bear and cougar. Still a myth. Still think it's a myth. Bear is seen in the area. I don't believe it. I haven't seen one. Buildings and picnic areas, beer bins, toilets. Seems pretty big. Off the road. 15 miles to Rainy Pass. Woohoo!
Okay, hi, my name's Rake, and I'm from Southern Oregon, and I'm really happy to see Homemade today. Again, I saw her earlier this summer, just north of Belden, climbing out of Belden, so it made my day.
Lovely to see you again. And I've found some early PCT hikers.
Yes. Hi everybody, I'm Deb and my trail name is Chickadee. We're from the state of Connecticut.
And I'm Hob. And way back when, in the early days, Chickadee and I hiked in 1976. Did a through hike of the PCT. There were 10 people reported a hike that year. We didn't see any of them. It was really a Pacific Crest trial. Very difficult, wood and ice axe, lots of tears, we say, lots of, and she even cried a little.
Right.
It was hard, a completely different trail, and we've just now come up again, our second time.
Happy to be on the trail and finishing up very shortly.
And meeting you, Homemade, and wishing you all the well, because, you know, you got the key passport to the world is what we're doing, so thank you very much. Pleasure.
Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet some hardcore people that did the trail way back then.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
That was a neat trailside chat. Yeah, really neat to bump into Rake again. And yeah, to meet some more original PCTers is fantastic. They've also done bike touring around the world as well. And as I'm looking at getting into that, it's neat having a quick chat. So yeah, that was quite a long conversation, but that's the sort of thing I like, is these trailside chats. You meet such fascinating people. All right, now I continue up the hill. There's another huge tree. You can see the trail here just for scale. Gorgeous tree. Little open section, there's a river way below and big hills above. Two rivers merging and I see a bridge ahead, so I'm guessing I'm crossing over. This bridge looks like a combination of old. These look old and new. That's a pretty river. And across and continue the hill. The trail's been pretty cool so far in terms of climbing. So it has short sections where it's a little steeper and you do a steady climb, and then it eases off for a little bit, you get a little bit of recovery, and then it goes on to the next climb. So it actually makes it for quite easy climbing. Ooh, it's hot. My shirt's absolutely saturated, as are my shorts. I think every single part of me is sweating. Going uphill in the open in the hot, hot sun. Tiniest bit of a breeze, but it seems to be a warm breeze. It's definitely not cooling me down. So I'm going along the side of this hill above the river for next several miles. Whee! Swing bridge! Let's see how swingy it is. Woohoo! It's swingy. Woo! Very swingy. This is hard to do one-handed. Woo! That was fun. Alright, and along the side of the hill, slowly climbing. It's got blue dots next to the gold part of the wings. You'll see when it opens. Oh, and it's beautiful, wow. Oh, wow. Bit windy for it. This trail's had some really good maintenance. All the vegetation on the sides has been cut right back. So it's nice to walk on. This is the rockiest bit. It's been pretty smooth so far. Just the odd rock. But yeah, this is just one small section. Pretty cool side valley out there. Bit of snow at the top of that peak at the end. Ooh, just saw a snake. Hey. So apparently not everything scuttling around in this stuff are chipmunks. Apparently there's some snakes there too. It was a dark colour. Didn't get to see it good enough to see if it had stripes or not. Ooh. State Route 20 PCT. Okay, so I'm turning here. There's a boundary marker, US Forest Service this way, and National Park that way. So, free camping from here. As in, without needing a permit. That's pretty. All the berries and the leaves changing colour. There's some orange berries up here. Yeah, just filled up with water. Now I've got a mile to go to the campsite. Just saw a conundrum. He was looking at me puzzled. How did I get in front? So I explained about getting a hitchback rather than catching the bus. And looking up at that. Woohoo! And another brand new bridge. That's Conundrum down there. Just getting his water.